Healthy teeth, great smiles. Who wouldn't want to have a great smile? In order to achieve that, we need to keep our teeth nice and healthy. And there's a few things that we can do in order to do that. And one of the things that we can do to acquire those healthy teeth is to be brushing our teeth at least 2 times a day for 2 minutes. We want to be brushing morning and night, especially before bed at night, to remove the plaque germs, which are the ones that cause our cavities. They mix with the bacteria, they mix with the sugars in our mouth and the foods we eat, and they form an acid, and that acid is what starts eating a hole through the tooth, causing or creating the cavity. Again, like I said, brush at least 2 times a day. We can brush more often than that. If you want to brush after every meal, that's even better, but at least 2 times a day, morning and night. When you do brush, if you have a handy little timer, it'd be great to use that in order to make sure you're doing it for the full 2 minutes. If you do not have a timer, you can sing the happy birthday song to yourself a couple times, and that should take you up to about that 2-minute mark. Also, along with that, you want to be sure that you're using proper brushing technique to get rid of those plaque germs that cause the cavities. And in order to do that, you want to grab your toothbrush and angle it at a 45-degree angle towards the tooth, and then it's a little bit on the tooth, a little bit on the gums, and use a little circular motion as you're brushing to remove all of that plaque, because that plaque lays along the gum line and against the tooth. And we want to do little circular motions, making sure we're brushing all surfaces. And here I am brushing the outsides of the teeth, or the front of the teeth, on both the upper and the lower arch. We then want to brush the inside or the back side of the teeth as well, because plaque also collects in these areas. Making sure that we get the lower arch and, again, like I say, the upper teeth. When you get to the front teeth, if your toothbrush doesn't fit in there well, you might want to use the tip of the toothbrush, little circular motions on the back sides of those teeth, and also on the back sides of the top ones. Another area we want to make sure we're brushing is the tops of the teeth. As you can see, there's lots of little grooves there where foods and food particles and things like that can stick. So we want to make sure that we're brushing the tops of our teeth as well with that little circular motion to get rid of all of the food particles and anything that's sticking in those areas. And then last but not least, we want to make sure that we're brushing the tongue, because the plaque also sticks to the little bumps that we have on our tongue and holds that plaque there. So we want to make sure we get rid of that plaque as well. That plaque also causes bad breath for us. Another thing that we can be doing besides the brushing is flossing once a day. If you're a flosser, that's great. We want you to be flossing at least once a day if possible also. Something else that you can be doing to help keep your teeth nice and healthy is we want to make sure that we're going to be eating healthy snacks. When I say by healthy snacks, we want to have snacks that we call our mouth-friendly, our mouth-happy snacks. And those are snacks that are low in sugars and are not very sticky. Some of those types of snacks are things such as crackers, pretzels, popcorn, cereal, as long as it's not sugar-coated. Cheese and crackers are great. Any kind of fresh fruits and vegetables, grapes, strawberries, bananas, apples, oranges, celery, carrots, any of those things are really good for our mouth. Also, yogurts are very good. There's a lot of them on the market that are low in sugars. Packaged jellos and puddings, such as the little snack packs you can get, are great. Just be sure to be looking for the sugar-free as well. Some of the liquids that we can drink that are great for our teeth, that are low in sugar and really good for our mouth, are water. Water is the #1 thing that's really great for our mouth. Also, milk is great. Fruit juices are really good for our mouth as well, as long as they are 100% juice, because they are lower in sugar, or they have the natural sugar and not the processed sugar. Another type of drink that some kids like quite a bit is Kool-Aid. So when you're making those Kool-Aids for the kids, make sure that you're using the sugar-free, because it's much lower in sugar than the other package that uses the processed sugar. If you're the types of snacks or drinks that we want to stay away from are the ones that we call the sad face snacks, or sad smile frown snacks, are the ones that are higher in the sugars, especially the processed sugars, and ones that are sticky. And the types of foods that we want to limit the amount that we have of them are the cookies, candies, anything sticky like these gummy lifesavers, gummy bears. A lot of kids like the fruit snacks, and because it says fruit snacks, they think it's a great snack, but And in reality, it really has no fruit in it. It is just a sticky kind of candy type thing with a fruit flavor to it with lots of sugar. It really has no fruit in it. Some of the drinks that we want to make sure we're limiting the amount of sugar that we're taking in is the soda pops. All of those are kind of high in sugar, so we want to make sure that we're limiting how much soda pop we drink. Sports drinks too are very high in sugar, as well as the box juices or the bag juices, bag pouches. They say juice on them. They have a little bit of juice in them, but for the most part they're pretty much just a sugar flavored or a juice flavored sugar water. So we want to make sure that we are limiting these here types of sugary snacks and drinks, and having more of the natural, or the ones with the natural sugars, or the ones that are lower in sugars. These are much better for the mouth than the higher sugar content snacks. And last but not least, we want to make sure that we are also going to see your dentist on a regular basis. And when I say regular basis, I'm meaning like at least once a year. Twice a year is even better, but if you can get there once a year, that's great. And the reason for going to the dentist at least once a year is so that they can check the teeth to see if any cavities have started to develop. And if they have started to develop, they can hopefully have caught them early on, and they can repair them so that they can save the tooth rather than having to lose that tooth. We don't want to lose a tooth to cavities, especially permanent teeth. So in summary, and what we'd like to see you be doing is brushing your teeth 2 times a day for 2 minutes. Also flossing once a day if possible. Eat those healthy snacks that we talked about that are low in sugar. Limit the sugars in the amount, how often you have the sugary snacks. And visit the dentist once a year if possible. And these are the things that we can be doing to have those healthy teeth in order to get our great smiles.